Some things are built to last. Tested by the elements, proven by time, engineered for whatever comes next. Summertown Metals. Strength in every storm. Building dreams that last.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather at noon.
Well, good Friday afternoon. Taylor Plott here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center with a check on your latest forecast. Obviously, our main focus for today will be strong and severe storms. The majority of the day today will be dry. We're watching for this evening and into the overnight hours going into your Saturday morning. I'll break down that storm threat here very shortly. Behind the front coming through, it's going to be another taste of fall coming up. I'll have a quick look at that as well. Let's get right to your forecast. We got a lot to talk about. First off, from our Arctic Air Skycam network, seeing a lot of clouds around for some places, but you go down there towards Cherokee and Franklin County and look at that. It's actually Colbert County, not Franklin County, Colbert County. Now look at that. It's actually looking more mostly sunny out there, but we will have increasing clouds going throughout the remainder of your day today, but that won't keep the heat from building in as we anticipate temperatures getting up into the 90s later on today. We're getting close to that already. 88 in Huntsville, 86 in Athens, 87 in Decatur, 86 in Lewisburg, 86 in Columbia, 84 already here in Lawrenceburg, already 90 degrees over there in Savannah. Taking a look at our live Viper radar, we don't have anything in our area right now. We do have some showers that are developing across parts of northwestern Georgia and northeastern Alabama down there near DeKalb County. But we'll be watching showers and storms develop on the radar later on this afternoon and evening. Right now, it looks like the bulk of the day will be dry, and we're talking about 5 to 6 p.m. before those showers and storms really start to develop. They are all associated with this cold front coming on through. This is also the one that's bringing us our cooler weather. So while we have the storm threat today and into tomorrow, cooler weather will be coming in behind that and very nice conditions going into your Sunday. This afternoon, forecast highs getting up into the 90s with those showers and storms developing right around 5 to 6 p.m., maybe as early as 4 o'clock. I'll get through this graphic real quick and we'll toss it into our severe weather threat. 93 in Lewisburg today, 91 in Ardmore, 94 in Athens, 95 in Decatur. Everybody generally getting up into those middle 90s later on today. Here's the latest from the Storm Prediction Center. We have the majority of our area under that level 2 out of 5, that slight risk that you see here. Just to the south of that, near the Huntsville metro area down towards Decatur and Hartselle and Russellville, generally south of the Tennessee River, you have that marginal risk. We do anticipate these storms to gradually weaken as they move southeast and we lose a lot of the storm fuel going into the overnight hours. Your storm threats right now, our main focus is going to end up being those damaging winds and some hail with the main storms. There could be some isolated flooding, but I'm not too concerned about a flooding threat with these storms. Now you go into the morning hours on your Saturday, we'll have more showers and storms to work with, and that could increase the flooding threat just a little bit. Our tornado threat right now is as close to zero as you can possibly get. It's very, very low. We don't really have a lot of the wind shear present for a decent tornado threat, but it's just something where if the storms start to rotate a little bit, we'll just have to watch them very closely, but we do not anticipate much in the way of a tornado risk. We're just looking at mainly damaging winds and some hail. Let's go through it with your Futurecast here. 2 o'clock this afternoon, seeing those clouds continue to track on through. 3 p.m., notice we start to see some hints at some shower and storm activity off to our northwest. I think those really start to move in close to 5 p.m. Between 4 and 6, that's probably the best window right now for when those storms should start to initiate and start to track on through our area. And these could easily be severe. And I will say we have a lot of fuel today, so some of these storms could quickly become severe. And you might go from just dealing with the thunder shower, the next thing you know, you got a severe thunderstorm warning to work with. So 5 p.m., starting to see those showers and storms track on through. That continues as we get into your mid-evening hours. So any of those Friday night football games, they could be impacted, especially across southern Tennessee and maybe northwestern Alabama. But notice how the majority of the storms here are associated with the southern Tennessee area. I think by the time we get to the mid to late evening hours, these should start to track on in to parts of northern Alabama. As you see here, 10 p.m., starting to see these track into the Huntsville metro area. But notice behind it, we have another batch of showers and storms to work with. So while this starts to gradually weaken, we have another surge of showers and storms coming in from the west. These could also be strong, maybe severe, but by the time we get into the overnight hours, talking about 1 to 2 o'clock in the morning, I think we're really starting to lose our severe weather risk, and we're just dealing with some heavy storms that are moving on through 1 a.m. Maybe still holding on to an isolated severe threat as this batch moves on through. That starts to weaken, and then look, we have another one that's coming in behind it, but I will say that this one likely will not have severe weather with it, but it'll probably have some thunder and lightning. So 4 a.m. on your Saturday morning, as you see here, watching yet again another batch of showers and storms possibly moving through across the area. This is the one where I could anticipate seeing maybe some flooding issues starting to take place, because at this point, if this model verifies, this is our third round of showers and storms that are moving on through. So ground will probably be pretty saturated across the area by the time we wake up on your Saturday morning. So this one, depending on if it moves through or not, that could develop into some flooding problems across some areas. I don't anticipate widespread flooding. By the time we get to midday on your Saturday, holding on to some light showers. I think by this point, we're just dealing with very light showers and some drizzle, some fog, and some low clouds. A lot of clouds around, though. And look at those temperatures in the 60s for some areas. Depending on how the shower and storm activity during the morning hours evolves, if that does move through like it showed, there could be some spots on your Saturday that might stay in the upper 60s, depending on if you just have a lot of cloud cover to work with through the remainder of your day. But 5 p.m., starting to see some breaks in the clouds. That should allow us to warm up into the lower 70s at least. And then going into your Sunday morning, looking absolutely fantastic. Abundant sunshine, temperatures getting up into the 70s to near 80 degrees once again on your Sunday. And that's going to start a very nice stretch of some dry weather going into next week. Evening on the town forecast tonight, temperatures will be dropping down into the lower 80s by 8 p.m. and holding on to the mid 70s by 10 p.m. Obviously, just talked about those severe storms possible. So if you are out and about this evening, make sure you have ways to get warnings in case they are needed from some of these storms. Overnight temperatures tonight dropping down to the mid and upper 60s across southern Tennessee. More upper 60s can be anticipated across northern Alabama. And tomorrow, like I mentioned, depending on how the clouds and rain evolve, some of these could end up being in the upper 60s, but I do anticipate some areas at least getting into the lower 70s, maybe some mid 70s out there for highs. And rain chances over the next several days. It's really, really low on Sunday. It's not quite zero, but it's below 10%. Cannot completely rule out a spotty shower, but beyond Sunday, we are looking absolutely dry. So our best chance of rain over the next 7 days is tonight and into tomorrow. Here's your 7-day forecast. First for southern Tennessee, 75 on your Saturday, 78 on Sunday. Again, cannot completely rule out a spotty shower, but most places are just dry, and we are definitely dry going into Monday through Thursday of next week, with temperatures gradually working their way back into the middle 80s. Lows will generally be in the 50s. Northwest Alabama, northeast Mississippi, 78 degrees for your Saturday, 84 on Sunday, and then gradually working your way back up into the middle and upper 80s going into next week. Temperatures generally in the 50s and 60s. And the Huntsville metro area, 82 on Sunday, 85 on Tuesday, back up to 86 on Wednesday with mostly sunny skies, and temperatures for you mostly in the lower 60s. That's your latest 7-day forecast here from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. Fred Gossage will be in at 5 p.m. to have another check on your forecast. Of course, stay weather aware today. Main focus will be this evening into the early overnight hours for those severe storms. So stay with us here at the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. We'll keep you updated on the latest of that going into your evening and overnight hours. Till then, I hope everybody has a great Friday evening. I'll see you guys back here next week.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.